News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, Governor Mills and Democrats unveiled new legislation focusing on reinforcing abortion protections here in Maine.
Legislators aim to strengthen protections for Maine health providers while offering services to those traveling to Maine from states where abortion is restricted. Other expansions would prevent local municipalities from restricting access to abortion care and would require insurance companies to cover abortion services.
There's still work we can do in Maine, and I'm really excited that Governor Mills and Speaker Talbot Ross and Senate President Jackson are moving forward with legislation, to ensure that it's accessible here, especially for people traveling from banned states and also for our clinicians who are providing that care.
According to a press release, House Republicans oppose what they call Governor Mills' extreme expansion of Maine's abortion laws. They argue that proposed expansions would be funded by taxpayers.
Meanwhile, legislators on both sides of the aisle are advocating for reforms within the Department of Health and Human Services amidst ongoing outrage surrounding the 2021 deaths of 4 children who were in the DHHS system. Our A.J. Douglas heard from lawmakers about what they have planned.
The children in Maine are not being kept safe. Our children are dying.
Tuesday, Senate Republicans addressed steps that are being taken to reform the Department of Health and Human Services following the recent release of the Maine Child Welfare Osmond Annual Report.
The response to this report by the department was really deflection and minimization.
The report is used to provide a neutral, objective assessment of concerns raised about the practices of DHHS. Senate Republicans are collectively calling for major changes.
It's time to separate the Department of Office and Child and Family Services from the Department of Health and Human Services and create 2 different departments that can more easily be overseen.
Senate Republicans say by separating DHHS and forming 2 different agencies, the legislator can enforce accountability, find the deeper problems, and establish resolutions. Legislators say foster parents tell them they rarely receive their DHHS support payments on time and suffer emotionally when children are reunified prematurely with biological parents.
We had a foster parent speak today, and they have some really good solutions, because they work with it every day.
Health and Human Services Committee member Senator Marianne Moore says the department is currently working to take necessary steps to improve.
The department is working on it, but we're not there yet. We want them to expand that formal foundations training programs and reinstate supervisory training.
Those directly affected by the DHHS 2021 child deaths, such as foster parents, former case workers, along with the daycare workers and law enforcement, have united to advocate for reform within the department through a private nonprofit organization called Walk a Mile in Their Shoes. The organization's goal is to reduce, if not eliminate, child deaths within the DHHS system.
Maddox is my motivation for this, and other children like Maddox.
In Augusta, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A judge set bail today in the case of a Brewer man who prosecutors say allegedly kidnapped a woman in the Bangor Target parking lot over the weekend. 21-year-old Colby Cooper appeared before a judge via Zoom. Bangor police say at around 10 p.m. on Saturday they received multiple calls regarding what appeared to be an abduction taking place in the Target store parking lot, with multiple witnesses reporting a man forcing a woman into a U-Haul rental van. Police say witnesses followed that van out of the lot and reported its location to police. Shortly after, officers spotted the van traveling southbound on I-95, eventually stopping the van on 395 eastbound near exit 2. Cooper is charged with kidnapping, eluding an officer, criminal restraint, domestic violence assault, and failure to stop for an officer. Prosecutors say there is strong evidence in the case, including multiple witnesses, as well as video of the incident. Lawyers argued over whether Cooper should be granted bail.
If you'll note in the affidavit, when the victim asked if Mr. Cooper was going to be in trouble and she was told that he was arrested and what his charges were, she became hysterical. She was crying so hard she could hardly talk, and she was very concerned about how angry he was going to be. And that seems like a very legitimate concern. I mean, if this is what he is capable of in a public parking lot at Target over an argument about buying a Nintendo Switch. It seems that the stakes are much higher now.
I've reviewed the special conditions with Mr. Cooper, and he will follow those conditions as well as any additional conditions that the court believes is needed, including ankle monitoring, house arrest, curfew, whatever the court thinks is needed. His work and school, while he's not from here, we would argue are strong ties, and he has the intent and really is worried about losing his job and his position at school.
A judge set bail at $20,000 cash and ordered there be no contact whatsoever with the victim should he make bail, as well as other conditions. No plea was entered during the proceeding.
Well, an argument over a parking spot ended with a man threatening to shoot people and a person being arrested earlier today. Bangor Police Sergeant Jason McCambly says officers checked on a group of people arguing near the intersection of Cedar and 2nd Streets. They say one of the first officers on the scene witnessed 31-year-old Kyle Regal of Bangor waving a handgun and threatening to shoot people. McCambly says further investigation revealed the argument started over a parking space. No one was seriously injured. Regal is being charged with criminal threatening and assault.
A former Bangor resident faces up to 20 years in prison for her role in drug trafficking in 2 counties. 27-year-old Shelby Loring pleaded guilty today to conspiracy to distribute and possession with the intent to distribute methamphetamine and fentanyl. According to court records, Loring and others trafficked methamphetamine and fentanyl in Penobscot and Aroostook counties between January 2018 and December 2021. Loring's participation in the conspiracy resulted in contacts with law enforcement that led to the seizure of drugs, firearms, drug paraphernalia, and other items. She'll be sentenced at a later date.
A Massachusetts man has been sentenced to 13 years following a shooting that took place in Machias last year. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
Nathaniel Janeo of New Bedford, Massachusetts, pleaded guilty to murder and robbery Tuesday in connection to a drug-related gang shooting in Machias in 2021. A judge sentenced Janeo to 22 years in prison with all but 13 years suspended, as well as a 4-year probation period with the following conditions: no use or possession of firearms, submit to random firearm searching, no use or possession of drugs unless prescribed marijuana, random searches and testing for drugs, and no contact with the family. Janeo is one of 5 men accused of killing and stealing drugs from 17-year-old Brandon Guerrero on November 4, 2021. Assistant Attorney General Leanne Zania described what happened in the days leading up to the attack. Janeo expressed remorse for what happened, but disagreed with the prosecutor's timeline of events.
That story that they got is it's not 100% true. You know, I'm not an evil person. I have kids of my own. I wish, you know, I'm not an evil person at all. I didn't want anything bad to happen to anybody. You know, I feel bad, you know, I feel bad.
The victim's mother claimed Janeo is not remorseful.
If you had some type of remorse, you would have called for assistance to help my son, because maybe there would have been a chance my son would have survived this. But you went away with all the rest of the monsters.
Janeo's sentencing date has not yet been determined. In Machias, Matthew Jurancic for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Turning our attention to the outdoors, we certainly got a decent helping of the white stuff. It was a little bit more in ice form than snow form at times, and things really starting to harden up out there now.
Yeah, it's certainly going to make late shoveling difficult for folks who were slow to get around to it, like myself. And with a little bit more on what we can expect weather-wise in the coming hours, let's take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Zelke Tree Service has been providing top-notch arborist services to the greater Bangor region. Our reputation and quality and commitment to customer satisfaction speaks for itself. See for yourself and give us a call today. All right, so here we go. Temperature-wise, 36 here in Bangor today, also for Bar Harbor. A bit cooler in Millinocket at 34. We're going to go for 40 in a couple locations tomorrow and also for Thursday, followed by a pretty good snow event getting in here on Friday. Lots of clear skies out there for a little while today, but the clouds have kind of rolled back in. We'll keep things mostly cloudy tonight. I know this looks bad. It's not. This will travel to our south tonight. Our next system's actually back over here across the Four Corners area. That's going to bring us, or at least parts of our area, a healthy snow on Friday. Our forecast though for tonight, though, is lots of clouds out there with low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
It's a pretty mild overnight, actually.
Yeah,
of course, we're at
nothing.
the time of the year where 28 is mild.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's very normal.
Right,
So welcome to
course,
Maine.
Naturally.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we sat down and spoke with Senator Susan Collins, who prepares to take on a new role next week.
And an annual food drive and fundraiser needs some help after its goal is thrown off by Monday's storm. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences, find new roads. Qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for around $399 a month. Or current Chevy owners can get $2,500 total cash allowance when you purchase.
Looking for a new work experience? Fox and ABC Bangor are partnering with local employers to feature the best local job opportunities, like this one.
Bonham Masonry is currently hiring for general laborers and experienced masons. On-the-job training is available for those with no experience. We offer paid time off, travel pay, IRA, and health benefits. If interested in applying, please contact Dan Bonham at 323-5304.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, you'll find all the products and services you need at Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
Can these famous faces face the music and... Name that tune! The Celebrity Music Play-Along game is here.
Okay, you want to play like that?
And you can watch anytime.
I'm going to name that tune in 4 notes.
It's a money-making showdown for charity. Naming the top hits.
Wake me up before you go.
Celebrity Name That Tune. Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
You can join Fox 22 and ABC 7 online at foxbangor.com. Be a part of the conversation on Twitter and join our Facebook family at Fox ABC Maine. Follow, like, watch. Download the new Fox Bangor app from the App Store or Google Play and get your news anytime, anywhere.
Senator Susan Collins has been selected as the next vice chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. It's the first time in more than 80 years that a Mainer will hold that position. Senator Collins stopped by our studio today to talk about some of her priorities when she takes on that new role. I'm joined now by Senator Susan Collins. Susan, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And Susan, you are going to be the first Mainer in more than 80 years to be the vice chair of the Appropriations Committee. What does it mean to you to hold that position?
Well, I'm delighted to hold this position of power and influence. The Appropriations Committee has jurisdiction over the funding of most federal programs except the mandatory ones like Social Security. So it's an opportunity for me to do even more for the state of Maine and for our country.
Talking about securing money for Maine people, you recently helped to secure more than $300 million for the state of Maine in that spending bill that was passed in December. Can you tell me about some of the major projects that you're most excited about that money will be spent on?
There are so many needs in small communities all across the state. And to give you an example of a kind of project that I've supported, I secured $6 million that will help the town of Milo build a new public safety building and fire stations throughout the state, a police station upgrade in Caribou to replace a really old facility. There are also healthcare ones that I'm really proud of. One, for example, will help Acadia Hospital, which serves so many people throughout the state and their mental health needs, build an independent pediatric inpatient facility that is desperately needed.
And Senator Collins, can you tell me about some of your priorities as Vice Chair of the Appropriations Committee?
Let me just mention three in particular. One is biomedical research. I've particularly focused on tick-borne illnesses, Alzheimer's disease, and diabetes. Those are three areas where Maine is disproportionately affected because of the age of our population and our geography. A second would be rural development and workforce training. I try to fund programs at the University of Maine, at our community colleges, and at Hudson University that will help provide the employees that employers are desperately looking for. And third would be rural development is really important to me, having grown up in Aroostook County, and supporting our traditional industries, agriculture, fishing, and forest products. And I do have to add a fourth, and that is strengthening our national defense.
Fantastic. All right, well, Senator Collins, thank you so much for taking the time to answer all of our questions today.
Thank you.
Senator Collins will officially become vice chair when the Senate reconvenes next week.
In other news tonight, peer-to-peer recovery helps those recovering from addiction in the Katahdin region, and they are getting a big boost for that mission. The organization will receive a $500,000 grant from the federal government to help purchase and perform repairs on a building in Midway. Those involved with the organization say they hope to create a safe space that facilitates even more recovery efforts.
We're going to be able to offer more meetings, more community gatherings. We have all sorts of different types of therapies available. So having this space in a tip-top working condition is really important.
Peer-to-peer is open to anyone trying to recover from addiction, and there are recovery coaches that can help find resources to achieve goals like getting into school, getting a GED, or even helping to find housing resources. Now, you can get more information by giving them a call at 447-9500. And that's a pretty nice hunk of resources there. Yeah. $500,000. Hopefully that goes a long way and really advances them quickly towards that goal.
Absolutely, and sounds like they're providing many ways for people seeking help.
Indeed. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, police are charging Brian Walsh, the husband of missing Massachusetts mom Anna Walsh, with her murder a little more than 2 weeks after she disappeared.
And questions keep coming about classified documents found in President Biden's Delaware garage, now with a special counsel investigation underway. Those stories and much more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
So, what do you think?
I think I like what I see. It's your car.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider and the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
A bizarre turn in the search for the person responsible for a string of shootings in New Mexico aimed at Democratic elected officials' homes. Authorities on Monday arrested a former Republican state legislature candidate who lost his election. Fox's David Lee Miller has details.
A losing Republican state legislature candidate now facing charges stemming from a series of 4 drive-by shootings targeting Democratic lawmakers.
Shootings were orchestrated. They were dangerous attacks, not only to these individuals, which is personally the most terrifying for them, but fundamentally also to democracy.
GOP candidate Solomon Pena is behind bars following his arrest on Monday. Police say the 39-year-old was the mastermind behind an apparently politically motivated plot in which he's accused of conspiring with and hiring 4 other men to shoot the homes of 2 county commissioners and 2 state legislators.
After the election in November, Solomon Pena reached out and contracted someone for an amount of cash money to commit at least 2 of these shootings.
3 of the 4 shootings occurred in December. Police believe Pena pulled the trigger in the last attack on January 3rd. 4 homes were damaged. 2 of them hit more than a dozen times. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but a bullet passed through the bedroom of the state senator's 10-year-old daughter.
And he's an election denier. He weaponized those dangerous thoughts to threaten me and others, causing serious trauma.
Back in November, Pena lost his bid for state legislature. He repeatedly made baseless claims that the election was rigged. And days later, he posted a photo on Twitter surrounded by Trump merchandise, writing, quote, "I never conceded my HD 14 race, now researching my options." Pena is being held on multiple charges. He's expected to make his initial court appearance on Wednesday. In New York, David Lee Miller, Fox News.
Meanwhile, the questions just keep coming about those classified documents, but with a special counsel investigation underway, there isn't much the White House can say, and it's frustrating the press corps, House Republicans, and even some Democrats who are eager for answers. Fox's Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
Will you commit to speak to the special counsel?
Thank you so much. The White House press corps is growing impatient with President Biden for refusing to answer questions about the classified documents found in his home and former office over the last 2 months.
I looked him straight in the eye and said it. He looked me back and he said a word.
House Republicans have questions of their own.
Prior to an election, they kept it secret. At no time did he get raided by the FBI. At no time did they come forward and say who was there could actually see these documents that are sitting in the garage behind a Corvette.
Administration officials say now that Attorney General Merrick Garland has appointed special counsel Robert Hur to look into the matter, they need to stay quiet.
I'm not going to comment from here.
This investigation follows Garland's appointment of special counsel Jack Smith to investigate Donald Trump's handling of classified documents found at his Mar-a-Lago resort. Democrats argue that the Biden situation is dramatically different.
The difference between him and Donald Trump is Donald Trump took classified documents, lied about it, prevented the National Archives and the DOJ from getting it back, and then alerted the public through social media that the raid was happening.
At least 2 Republican-led House committees are investigating President Biden's handling of classified documents. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Brian Walsh is now facing murder charges in the case of his missing wife, Anna Walsh. Prosecutors not revealing a lot about what led to the charge, but a spokesperson for the DA's office says he's also being charged with improper transport of a body. Fox's Brian Yennis is in Quincy, Massachusetts with the latest.
A major development in the investigation into missing Cohasset, Massachusetts mom, Anna Walsh.
The continued investigation has now allowed police to obtain an arrest warrant charging Brian Walsh with the murder of his wife.
The announcement coming a little more than 2 weeks after Anna was last seen. Her husband, Brian, has been in police custody for about a week. The 47-year-old held on $500,000 bail after he pleaded not guilty to charges he misled police investigators.
And while it's horrifying and I'm full of rage, and at the same time relief because one step closer to figuring out what happened to her.
We learned at Brian's previous hearing, investigators found a bloody knife in the couple's basement, and officials telling Fox Brian's search history included how to dispose of a woman's body. The district attorney being tight-lipped about the evidence that led to the murder charge. The 39-year-old mother of 3 was last seen at her home on New Year's Day. Days later, she was first reported missing by the Washington, D.C. real estate firm where she worked, not by her husband. Meanwhile, the Walsh's 3 young boys, ages 2, 4, and 6, are in state custody. Anna's friends working to ensure the kids stay together.
I do know that they're still in state custody, which is great. That means they're together. Just praying for these boys.
Details of what exactly led authorities to charge Brian Walsh with Anna's murder are expected to be revealed when he is arraigned on Wednesday. In Quincy, Massachusetts, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
Well, looking overseas now, as the fighting in Ukraine intensifies, Russia announced its military structure will see, quote, major changes after setbacks on the battlefield. Fox's Alex Hogan has more from Kharkiv, Ukraine.
After months of major setbacks on the battlefield, Russia is making a big adjustment to its military structure. The announcement on Tuesday was light on details, but signaled a significant expansion of the Russian military starting this year. Officials are promising, quote, major changes, including a big new recruitment push in areas of Ukraine currently under Moscow's control.
Particular attention should be paid to increase the number of training grounds on the new Russian territories in line with the increased needs of the military.
The announcement follows a weekend of heavy Russian airstrikes on mostly critical infrastructure, but also hitting civilian targets, including killing dozens of Ukrainians. We took an exclusive tour of the hard-hit frontline city of Kharkiv, just 25 miles from the Russian border. The devastation here is widespread. There are destroyed homes and businesses on practically every single one of these streets, many reduced to little more than rubble and debris. And officials say that they're still getting hit by Russian military almost every day.
Russian missiles, the flight time is 59 seconds. To defend ourselves from this missile is almost impossible, so they are destroying our electricity system on purpose.
But Ukraine's Western allies say more help is on the way, including a second Patriot missile defense battery donated by the Netherlands.
Europe continues to step up, respond to Russian actions. There's more to do, and we have to stay together.
Ukrainian troops are now being trained on how to use the Patriot missile system at a U.S. military base in Oklahoma. In Kharkiv, Ukraine, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a 5-year-old Lemoyne girl dreams big and makes some history at the same time.
And in sports, Maine softball prepares for their new field for the upcoming season. We'll be right back.
4 Special Forces operatives push 16 celebrities to the limit.
They've entered our world. They will play by our rules.
Special Forces, World's Toughest Test. Wednesdays on Fox.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. We are the top source for screen printing, embroidery, branded merchandise, and direct-to-garment printing. With 25 years experience, state-of-the-art equipment, and a commitment to excellence, why trust your apparel products with anyone else? And now, Brandywine Graphics can easily launch online stores for your school or organization. Simply design your products from brands like Eddie Bauer, Carhartt, and more. Share the link and we'll do the rest. Like we said, Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. Find out more at brandywinegraphics.com or at our Hamden location.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Why? Our country style has more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. And our expertly blended flavors are a taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
I never get the flu.
My kids don't need more shots.
I don't have time.
We're all healthy.
No matter how you build your excuses, the flu can blow your house down.
I can't believe I used up all my sick time.
I missed a week of school during finals.
Now my baby has it because of me.
The hospital?
Keep your foundation strong. Vaccinate.
A high-stakes test of the new leadership in Congress is set for this week when the Treasury Secretary said the U.S. will hit its debt ceiling and will need congressional action to avoid default. Republicans want to use negotiations to cut down on spending, but Democrats and the White House said no. Fox's Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has to start putting in place extraordinary measures to keep paying the nation's bills, warning in a letter to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy that by Thursday the U.S. would hit the debt ceiling, and Congress needs to reach an agreement to raise the limit to avoid a default. Speaker McCarthy has said he wants spending cuts.
We're 6 months away. Why wouldn't we sit down now and change this behavior? That we would put ourselves on a more fiscally strong position. It would make the future generation, make our nation stronger.
Currently, the borrowing limit stands at about $31.4 trillion.
It's true. The budget outlook is unsustainable, and the growth is on the spending side. So that needs to be dealt with. Have a good fight on the spending. Just don't do it with the debt limit.
The White House has given a firm no to negotiations, saying the debt limit should not be a political football.
Congress must deal with the debt limit and must do so without conditions. We are not going to be negotiating over the debt ceiling.
If the U.S. defaults or even comes close, it would mean financial disaster at home and abroad.
We can and should have a robust debate about spending going forward, if that's what the new House majority would like. But to threaten to not pay America's debts would put all of us at risk.
Secretary Yellen said the U.S. is not likely to default before June, but said even the threat can cause real harm. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
An annual food drive and fundraiser needs help meeting its goal after Monday's storm forced the event to cancel. David Ledford has the story.
The Fill the Strand event in Rockland normally takes place on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. For the past 3 years, the Strand Theater has partnered with Area Interfaith Outreach to collect food for families in need and fill all 350 seats in the theater with a 10-pound bag of food. However, organizers say that this year's cancellation will make it more difficult for the nonprofits to fill the seats and reach their $25,000 goal. According to Joe Ryan, the executive director of Area Interfaith Outreach, collecting donations is essential to their goal of feeding the community.
This event is one of the largest events that we have of the year that helps us sustain our food supply. The money that they give is making a substantial impact for many families.
Ryan says area interfaith outreach serves all of Knox County. Hungry families are allowed to come into the AIO market and shop for food like they would in a grocery store, except everything they put into their carts is free of charge. Ryan says that this is only possible with support from donors. According to Liz McLeod, house manager at the Strand Theater, food insecurity is a significant problem in the Knox County area, which is only worsened by the costs that come with Maine's winter months.
We all need to come together and work together where we can to reach parts of the community that haven't been reached. I know people who are hungry. I know people personally who have to decide whether they're going to pay their rent or eat. And that's no way to live.
In Rockland, David Ledford for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
To support Hungry Mainers, donors can purchase a $25 seat sponsorship in place of a bag of food at aiofoodpantry.org/strand. Or you can donate food directly to Area Interfaith Outreach at 1A Gordon Drive in Rockland. And a 5-year-old Lemoyne girl is dreaming big and making some history at the same time. Brielle Hamer sent a letter to the Board of Selectmen requesting a permit application for a pet unicorn. And as Jody Hersey tells us, it's the first time the town has received such a request.
She said to me today that her 2 of her big dreams are coming true. She gets to apply for a unicorn and she gets to be on TV.
5-year-old Brielle Hamer is working hard to make her wish come true. She recently sent her request for an application for a pet unicorn to the Lemoyne Town Office. Stu Marcoon is the town administrator and interim animal control officer.
Well, we really don't have any ordinances for or against unicorns, and she had asked to enclose an application. So I quickly made up an application on the computer for her.
Brielle recently received that application along with a letter.
And were there any rules or anything that you had to follow?
I had to have a house for the unicorn to live in, plenty of rainbows for it to eat, and that's really all I needed, right?
Brielle and her family will be attending this Thursday night select board meeting to see if her application has been approved, and if so, her family is ready for their new addition.
I hear, though, they're invisible, so, we could fit an invisible unicorn in our barn.
And in case you were wondering, Brielle has already picked out a name for her pet unicorn.
Yes, it's Luna.
In Lemoyne, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I think Luna is a beautiful name choice.
It rolls off the tongue nicely. Luna the unicorn. It almost
Wonderful.
rhymes.
Yeah.
A lot of thought put into that.
A lot of thought.
Into the whole thing, really. And I love how, she's ready to play by the rules.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the house, ready to feed it all the
rainbows it needs. It's
Yeah.
important to know what your pet needs to maintain itself. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think at the very least, she'll be a very responsible pet owner in
Indeed.
the future.
All right. Well, we certainly hope her application is approved.
Yes.
All right. Well, Jeff Weller's coming back with our full 5-day. Is it unicorn-friendly weather?
We'll find out.
We shall see.
High temperatures back in the mid-30s today. We're going to go for low 40s for a few of us tomorrow before some big changes are on the way. More snow. Those details for you when I come back.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
When Zulke Tree Service wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Zulke Tree Service has been serving the greater Bangor area since 2018. Zulke Tree Service offers free in-person quotes. Give us a call today.
For adventure, for climbing, for splashing, for towing, for premium, for capable. The GMC AT4 lineup, premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Or get 2.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models.
Come visit Candor Cafe inside the Bangor Mall, where your fresh and healthy meals are made for you by a certified nutritionist. We also offer plant-based and gluten-free options. Stop by and see us today. Candor Cafe inside the Bangor Mall.
It's Battle of the Ages.
These old geezers better work.
This old guy's here to play.
This is a joke. Hell's Kitchen, Battle of the Ages, Thursday on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. Okay, so for us, look at this. We have a beautiful scene outside, but it's also going to be warmer around here. We're going to melt some ice and snow out there for tomorrow and also for Thursday, followed by the return of some more snow showers getting in here on Friday. Today, 36 here in Bangor, 34 Millinocket, 29 for Greenville. This is not normal, the average high being about 24, 25. All of us were above that today and tomorrow and also for Thursday. The winds out of the west around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Actually go calm for a couple hours tonight, so little to no breeze across our region for tomorrow. Visibility is okay right now. There could be a couple spots of dense fog out there tonight. Most of us will not see that this evening, and a good day visibility-wise for tomorrow and also for Thursday. Okay, so we had a break in the clouds for a little while today, then some low clouds rolled back in. Now some high clouds are rolling in. So overall, we're going to keep things mostly cloudy around here. This system, I know it looks like we're in trouble, but we're not. This will slide to our south and kind of lose intensity this evening, also into tomorrow. It'll likely increase the cloud cover. It could bring us a sprinkle or a flurry. Most of us will say dry with that one, but not with this one here. That one's going to affect us on a Friday, and then behind that, this one here could be in here later on Monday. So overall, a very active weather pattern there, and look upstream, right? There's another one over there. So a very active weather pattern going forward as we do have more systems on the way. The next one getting in here on Friday. For tonight, no worries at all. Lots of clouds out there. There might be a flurry, most likely not. For tomorrow, same story. Lots of clouds around, some energy in the atmosphere. There could be a sprinkle or a flurry, most likely not. And then a pretty nice day getting in here on Thursday. We'll call it decreasing clouds Thursday. Bring back some sunshine. That'll be short-lived, though, as our next system gets in here late Thursday night and also into Friday. And that's going to bring us some snow. And it looks like all snow this time around, right down to down east and coastal areas, with temperatures kind of crashing throughout the afternoon on Friday. All right, so future snowfall. I'm going to run this into Thursday and stop it there. You can see no snow until then, although there could be a couple areas of flurries across our region later tonight and tomorrow. So our forecast then for tonight, looking at mostly cloudy skies. There could be a flurry out there. Low temperatures down near 24 with a calm wind after midnight for tomorrow. Lots of clouds around, highs reaching for 40. A couple of you might do that tomorrow with a west wind around 5 miles per hour. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows temperatures near 40 tomorrow, a bit cooler for Thursday. Friday, we're below freezing, a good chance for snow arriving late Thursday and throughout the day Friday. That snow could be heavy on Friday. Then we dry out for the weekend. Our next chance for snow after Friday gets in here late Sunday into Monday of next week. Beth?
I can only assume ski resort owners in the state of Maine are definitely breathing a bit of a sigh of relief with that forecast. Not
Absolutely.
one, but two opportunities. Yeah.
I've been waiting to get out to the mountain, to go anywhere really until we get a good snowfall. So hopefully this weekend will be the start of that.
That'll do it.
You know, that big boost that we really need.
Alrighty. Well, sports is coming up next. Stay with us.
It's your journey. Own every mile in an available H-Track all-wheel drive Hyundai SUV. Lease an all-wheel drive 2023 Tucson for $239 a month, or get 2.9% APR for 60 months. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Hey, business owners, do you have W-2 employees? Did you keep your W-2 employees employed through the pandemic? You may qualify for a government program called ERTC. Businesses can qualify up to $26,000 per employee. We can help make the process easier and make sure it gets filed correctly. Please call Kim Lewis today to get the money you deserve at 1-833-567-8867. Realtors at Morrison & Company with Next Home Experience have been serving satisfied clients since 2016. With more than $25 million in sales for 2022 alone, we hold the expertise to get you from under contract to closing during this very personal experience. Our modern and hands-on approach will get you where you want to be, faster and with less hassle. Call us today for your real estate options.
Dad, not another showing.
Oversharing can be spiritual.
Name someone you had a romantic dream about.
My minister.
Praise the Lord, Pastor.
It can be loving.
You love to plant a big wet kiss on Steve Harvey's what?
Lips.
Your lips ain't big enough for these lips.
It can be wet.
Name someone who has touched your bare bottom.
The pool guy.
Overshare with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Let's go.
It's not how you begin,
You take advantage of the moment.
but how you finish. Super Bowl 57, February 12th on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Well, Patriot season is long over. Celtics and Bruins are in mid-season form, and March is right around the corner, so it is just about time to get out on the diamond, right? And for Maine softball, they officially kicked off practice on Tuesday with the grand opening of their brand new facility right on the horizon. Ryan Sudol has more.
Behind me is Maine Black Bears softball's new diamond, the first step in the school's athletic facility master plan. And the team hopes it's also the beginning of a new era of success.
We are very grateful for the opportunity, and we're going to work really hard to be the best to kind of pay it off, I guess.
You know, I think that's part of the pressure, right, is the ability to show off our new field, but also to show off, you know, how much better we've gotten as a team.
And the new field is also a source of optimism for further into the future. Many recruits have facilities as a top priority.
That was something that I know I looked for in my recruiting process, and I know that the recruits will see it as the school that you're coming to being invested in your program, and that's always a good feeling.
And recruits will certainly be drawn to the features of the diamond, including all-around turf and lights, both rarities in the America East Conference.
You know, both those things allow us to get out on the field sooner than previously. I know in the past, if anybody's followed us, we play a lot of away games, and so it's going to be really exciting to have more of a home crowd and to be at home more often.
All things considered, softball is not the most popular sport at UMaine. The decision to put them first in the plan may draw controversy, but they want everyone to know how much they truly deserve it.
We've been playing with things not on our side for a long time now, and whether everybody agrees with it or not, I think that we are deserving. We've been busting our butts for a long time now.
And despite losing 8 players in the offseason, the team believes that hard work can lead to making some noise.
I think this is a season we could really make a run at it. I think we have a really special team, and I'm excited for other people to see that as well. So hopefully when we play this year, that'll come out.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what they can do this spring and this spring. We will move to some high school sports now, and we will head to Ellsworth, where junior guard Chance Mercier is 6 points away from 1,000. It was a packed house down east in Ellsworth as the Eagles took on the Foxcroft Ponies. Foxcroft, dark horse in Class B. And here's the moment they were all waiting for. Chance Mercier, a fadeaway from the foul line, and there it is. 1,000 points for the junior, I'm repeating that, and he wasn't done on the night. Second quarter, he's going to go all the way from one basket to the other, coast to coast for the layup. Eagles were up 9 at the half. This is a close one here for Ellsworth. Fourth quarter now, Ponies trying to cut it close. Caden Crocker, the nice step back three here off the glass. He banks it home, but the Eagles would prove to be too much when it came down to winning time. Here is Mercier again, taking it down the court, and the alley-oop to Peter Kablinski. Eagles win it 72-62, and here's Mercier on his record-breaking night.
You know, it's really emotional, nervous. You know, you work so hard for your dream, and it's just, you think it's a dream, right? Like, you're a child, and you don't think you're going to accomplish this, but when you really work, you will.
Back in Bangor now, Rams hosting the Riverhawks of Skowhegan. Skowhegan looking to move to 7-4. Bangor looking for win number 3. First quarter off the tip. Riverhawks strike first. Kyle LePage, quick pass to Braden Saucier. He said, give me all 3 of those from the corner. And then look at Caden Thomas here, fighting for the rebound, doing all of the dirty work and getting 2 with the left. Here's Bangor again. This time it's Ryan Ford. Pull up from mid-range. Nothing mid about that. 2 for the junior. But Skowhegan was all over it. Adam Fitzgerald this time, he cashes in on the triple. The freshman making it rain there. And then on defense, it's Colin LePage with the stuff, and that's going to turn into some points. Patrick McKenney takes it all the way himself. Riverhawks win 53-39. All right, let's look at some other scores from around the area. Bangor girls over Skowhegan, 64-42. Dexter girls taking a win. They stay perfect with a close one over Mattanockhook, 41-34. Nokomis boys win one over Mount Blue, 63-60. Then Orono boys with a close win, 51-42 over John Baptist. All right, let's move on to some football. And same as last year, really, we all could have just watched Tom Brady's final game in the NFL on Monday, and probably one of his worst playoff appearances, dare I say, ever. Brady was shut out in the first half of a playoff game for the first time since his first ever playoff game. He did throw the ball 66 times, which has to be a record of some sorts, for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he showed he can still play in the league, but his contract with Tampa Bay has expired. So at 45 years old, that leaves us with 2 questions. Will Brady play in 2023? And if so, where right now? And if so, where? Right now for him, stop me if you've heard this, it's all day by day.
What is your process from here when you start to think about what you want to do next? Because obviously it's going to be huge speculation.
I'm going to go home and get a good night's sleep as good as I can tonight. And no, I'm not, this has been a lot of focus on, this game. So, yeah, it's just be one day at a time, truly.
I, too, could use a good night's sleep. His mattress might be worth a little bit more than mine. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2023 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional with extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar from the Furniture Gallery. Kick back and save an extra 10% on our entire recliner selection and save up to 70% off clearance items. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate. 974-7815.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Let's untie this game. Sketch.
A rug. Remote control.
Remote control is correct.
Don't change that channel.
Shower. Street light.
Street light is correct. Yes, yes.
Pictionary brings the doodle drama 5 days a week.
This is the most amount of shade I've ever seen thrown on Pictionary, and I have to tell you, I like it.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
It's take two for NASCAR's best. In a race you have to see to believe. The Clash of the Coliseum, February 5th, only on Fox.
Welcome back. Transport back in time by nearly 70 million years and catch a glimpse of some of the prehistoric giants that once dominated the Earth. Fox's Jackie Ibanez takes a look at the latest fossil discoveries from researchers in South America.
The steep mountainous terrain of Chile's Patagonia region is boasting some impressive dinosaur discoveries. Here, scientists have unveiled the remains of megaraptors, large meat eaters that roamed portions of South America roughly 70 million years ago.
The discovery namely consisted of rescuing fossils of teeth. And these pieces have a singular characteristic that let us interpret them as belonging to the megaraptor dinosaurs.
Also unearthed were the fossils of velociraptor-like dinosaurs researchers believe were covered in feathers. These types of prehistoric beasts, known as theropods, are closely linked to modern-day birds. This collection of fossils are the southernmost dinosaur remains found outside of Antarctica. Before their discovery, researchers say there wasn't much information about theropods existing in high-latitude regions of South America. Meanwhile, officials at the University of Chile say some fossils featured characteristics not found on similar raptors discovered in nearby Argentina and Brazil.
They belong to a quite special and enigmatic type of dinosaur because we still don't know for certain its taxonomic affinities.
Besides discovering fossils, archaeologists were able to learn more about the region's previous climate. Rock samples in the area showed a dramatic shift in temperatures, which crews believe may have been triggered by the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Some fascinating discoveries there. And finally tonight, planning on going to Spain to build sandcastles? Well, unless you want to get fined, you might want to rethink that. A story in the Daily Mail looks at some of the most strange laws across the globe. Sandcastle building is banned on some beaches in Spain, but they're not the only country with bizarre laws. It's illegal to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. in Switzerland. The government looks at it as noise pollution. If you own chickens in Quitman, Georgia, don't even think about letting them cross the road. It's mandatory for chicken owners to have full control over them. Norway has a ban on fireworks unless it's New Year's Eve. And Fairbanks, Alaska made it illegal to give moose alcohol after a drunken moose rampage occurred in 2007. Sometimes...
Moose rampage? I mean, I don't even know how to say that. They're scary when they're sober. They're just scary when they're angry, period.
Maybe someone just needed some entertainment.
Drunk?
I mean, there's not much, to do when you're in the vast wilderness of Alaska, Maybe it was their way of, I don't know.
I don't know how you share a brewski with a moose safely.
Yeah, I don't think
let alone
you do.
Several.
Yeah, that's so funny.
It's a mystery, folks. All right. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
Mad Cat & Company in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza invites you to host your next event with us. We are much more than just a bar. Our event room is designed to host any type of event, formal or casual. Family gatherings, birthday parties, corporate parties, club meetings, fundraisers, or weddings and receptions. We've got you covered. Our open floor plan can adequately seat 100 or more people, and we can assist you with food, drinks, and entertainment as well. Call or visit our website today.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Help